Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Dear Venerable Sangha, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, you are invited to join us in this weekly Buddhist Newsreel on Phật online channel. Here after 6 major headlines of Buddhist activities of the week. Most Venerable Chairman, being grateful and paying gratitude formulate the important background of Buddhists. Trí Nghiêm ordination SIMA organized officially for the paramount level. Bình Thuận on General Buddhist Congress 2022 to 2027 of the province. Hanoi 7-day traditional medicines Buddha Dharma assembly open at BINH Pagoda. Ho Chi Minh City, Giác Ngộ Pagoda donates 350 blood units for patients. Bhutan for International Conference on Vajrayana Buddhism in Thimphu capital. The following are the news in details. Being grateful and paying gratitude formed an important foundation of Buddhists. That is the affirmation of the Most Venerable THUAN Nhân, Chairman of the Administrative Council of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, in his blessing words at the great memorial ceremony of the Holy Patriarch Đại Giới and the senior nuns ancestor of Vietnam Buddhists by the Central Sections of Nuns in Ho Chi Minh City, co-organized on the morning of October 2, 2022 at Vietnam Buddhist University in Ho Chi Minh City.
The Memorial Day of the Great Ancestors and Nuns of Vietnam is an opportunity for nuns in the whole country in general and in Ho Chi Minh City to have a chance to perceive the profound gratitude and virtues of the Vietnamese Buddhists. The Holy Patriarch Đại Giới and other patriarchal masters who had steered the way for the Vietnamese nuns. Accordingly, the Vietnamese nun vowed to boldly continue on the lifeline of the patriarchs, contribute to building and preserving the House of Dharma, a solid foundation for the network of nuns that has been steadily developing, ranging from introspective wish to the outside appearance of the group, Master Nun Thích Nữ Từ Nhận said in her opening speech. At the great memorial ceremony, on behalf of the organizing board, Master Nun Thích Nữ Nhật Khương, vice head of the Central Nun Subdivision, reviewed the biography of the Holy Patriarch Đại Giới, thereby recalling the historical anecdote 8 Dharma rules as conditions for the formation of Buddhist nuns. Master Nun Thích Nữ Như Thảo, deputy head of the Central Nun Subcommittee, announced the recitation of gratitude for the merits of the patriarchs and the meritorious senior nuns who had worked so hard to build and develop the sect. In his blessing words, Most Venerable THUAN Nhân, Chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Parochial Council, praised the noble ideals of Holy Patriarch Đại Giới Kiều Đàm Di and her great merit when she overcame many hardships and challenges to establish a congregation of nuns to worship and practice the Buddha's liberating teachings. At the same time, she was also prophesied by the Buddha at the Linh Sơn Dharma Assembly. In the future, Mother Kiều Đàm Di would become a Buddha with the title of First Sentient Being Happy to Meet Tathagata. After the Buddha passed into Nirvana, following the ideals of the holy ancestors Đại Giới, it is an opening of the new historical period for the Buddhist nuns, thanks to the merits of the saints and the nuns who help women continue to be ordained to study. The formation and development of the nuns from the time of the Buddha to the present is due to being grateful and paying gratitude of the entire nuns to the holy ancestors who had been helpful in maintaining the precepts for the Dharma to last for long.
On the afternoon of October 5, 2022, at the Buddhist Intermediate School of Khánh Hòa Province, the Trí Nghiêm Ordination SIMA Council of 10 Great Master Monks officially organized the paramount level ordination SIMA for 61 bhikkhu in Buddha calendar 2566.
The ritual board invited the venerable ones of the Council of the Ordination SIMA Council of 10 Great Master Monks to offer incenses to Buddha and guide the disciples to greet the ordination chief most venerable, the Acharya invigilators, Acharya teachers, and honorific Sangha monks. The paramount leveled ordination SIMA rituals began after the greeting ceremony, and the disciples withdraw from the ordination hall. The most venerable Acharya invigilator wrote the Dharma test questions, and the most venerable teacher addressed the great Sangha honorifics to ask for the novice monks to be ordained. The most venerable teacher asked about the hardship of the novice monks and proceeded according to the jurisprudence. The most venerable teacher got out to lead the disciples into the ordination SIMA hall for the full ordination. Each of the 3 novice monks were taught by the 4 most venerable Acharya invigilators, who then instructed the disciples to dress the pata mantle and handed to them the daily necessities of a bhikkhu, including 3 mantles, a bowl, a seat cushion, and a water filter jug. The ordination chief, most venerable, first taught the basic precepts in the 250 bhikkhu precepts and gave explanations about the 4 nourishing sources, along with the regulations on the lifestyle of a bhikkhu who vows to live his whole life of ascetic practice. Having completely performed the full ordination SIMA, the new bhikkhus were officially confirmed by ordination chief most venerable to join the ranks of the Sangha and encourage them to boldly keep the precepts dignified and pure so that the Buddha Dharma could ensure the eternity.
On the morning of September 30, 2022, at Bình Thuận Provincial Convention Center, the Buddhist Congress of Bình Thuận Province, tenure 2022 to 2027, took place. Most Venerable Thích Nhân, Chairman of the Administrative Council of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, together with other religious leaders of the Sangha, came to witness and steer the Congress.
Speaking at the ceremony, Most Venerable Thích Nhân said that the 9th Buddhist Congress of Bình Thuận Province took place in the context of the country and the Sangha celebrating many important events. Monks, nuns, and Buddhists across the country are heading to the 8th National Buddhist Congress. Through this, the Venerable also emphasized the meaning and importance of this Congress. Concurrently, he believes that the Congress will appoint a team of personnel for the new tenure with virtue, capacity, professional qualifications, and prestige to run the Buddhist affairs in the new tenure. Reporting on the last tenure, the Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board achieved many remarkable achievements. The Provincial Buddhist Section of Information and Communication has been able to carry out many live broadcasts of important Buddhist events in the province, promptly reporting to the public. The social security work reached more than 200 billion Vietnam dong. The Congress unanimously nominated Most Venerable Thích Nhân to be reappointed as the head of the Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board for the new tenure, 2022-2027. In bestowing, Most Venerable Thích Nhân, Chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Parochial Council, appreciated the solidarity, harmony, and determination for the common efforts of the members in the Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board under the leadership of Most Venerable Thích Nhân. The Most Venerable hoped that the local government would continue to support the newly elected Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board to complete the Buddhist plans and turn the resolution of the 9th Congress into the improved lives of monks, nuns, and Buddhists. At the same time, the Most Venerable reminded the newly elected Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board to complete the profile dossiers forwarding the National Buddhist Congress in November 2022.
On October 1st, 2022, at Bang Pagoda, Hanoi City, the opening ceremony of the 7-day Traditional Medicines Buddha Dhamma Conference took place from the 1st to 7th of October 2022.
The medicine Buddha is famous for his healing powers. Speaking at the opening ceremony, Most Venerable Thích Nghiêm, Abbot of Bang Pagoda, emphasized, the festival is a beauty of culture activities of the residential community, the locality, the region, and the country. The Most Venerable also explained the meaning of fiesta and assembly festival. It is called Dharma assembly because in the assembly there is a Dharma. The Dharma conveys the spirit of the Buddha's teachings. The teachings have the nature of transforming delusion and enlightenment, eliminating the three poisons of lust, hatred, and delusion, turning mortals into saints, bringing people to the shore of enlightenment. Therefore, in the ashram forum, there is a teaching of the Dharma. Chanting sutras is not just for prayers, but chanting must elicit the understanding of how the Buddha's words are taught in the sutras and translated into practice in life to be meaningful. Through this, the Most Venerable teaches Buddhists in the Dharma assembly to focus single-mindedly on practice, full enjoyment of Buddha's energy from 10 directions, and apply the Buddha's teachings to build a peaceful, happy, and overflowing life, full of love and compassion. After that, under the presiding conduct of the Most Venerable, the abbot, and the venerable monks, the assembly continued to recite the Medicine Sutra in the sincerity and reverence, praying for world peace and concordance among the people and happy family. At noon, the assembly performed the ritual of offerings, eating vegetarian rice in righteous thoughts and peace. The Dharma assembly program alternated the reciting the Medicine Master Sutra 3 times a day. Besides, there were also times to explain the contents, meanings, and benefits of practicing the advices in the Medicine Sutra.
During the 60 humanitarian blood donation program on the morning of October 1st, 2022, Giác Ngộ Pagoda, in collaboration with Giới Hospital in Ho Chi Minh City, took 350 units of blood from 422 registrations to participate in blood donations. Monks, nuns, Buddhists, and people with predestined wishes to donate blood add life to distressed patients. This is a meaningful charity activity that takes place on Saturday mornings twice a month.
Venerable THUAN, Khánh An Friary, District 12 shared, during the time of blood donation, I always visualized and prayed that this blood could be transmitted and have a good relationship with the people in difficult circumstances, no matter which religion they follow. May they have good health so that they can continue to live a good life, continue to share and contribute to the social community. The program, launched in 2015, has been maintained for over the past 6 years, with thousands of blood units sent to the hospitals and the medical facilities in Ho Chi Minh City and neighboring provinces, with the desire to share love to many distressed people to regain life. Venerable THUAN, abbot of the Giác Ngộ Enlightenment Pagoda shared, according to the Prajna Paramita Sutra, blood donation is an almsgiving of internal resources, sharing a certain amount of one's blood in a stable health condition, helping sick patients overcome the emergency. Humanitarian blood donation is a noble gesture that deserves respect and accolade. It is an expression of love and compassion of the Buddhists. The Venerable also hoped that monks, nuns, and Buddhists would continue to pay attention, follow, and participate in this meaningful activity to contribute to society in general and the health sector in particular to reduce the difficulty in anemia demand for treatment.
From October 1st to October 4, 2022, at the Center of Bhutan and Gross National Happiness GNH Study, Zikchanka in Thimphu, Bhutan, the 4th International Conference in Vajrayana Buddhism took place bearing the theme, The Modernity of Buddhism, with the participation of over 200 international delegates from 41 countries.
The opening ceremony of the conference was held on the morning of October 1st, starting with a spiritual ritual in the Vajrayana Buddhist tradition. The conference was organized by the Central Monastic Body and the Center for Bhutan and Gross National Happiness (GNH) Studies with support from the International Buddhist Confederation India. Mr. Dasho Karma Ura, president of the Center for Bhutan and GNH Studies, said, Vajrayana Buddhism appeared in Bhutan from the 6th century. With such a long history, the Central Monastic Body of Bhutan wishes to bring the message and shows the way, a better future for anyone who approaches Vajrayana Buddhism to understand themselves in the present and future and apply them to daily life such as business, management, environment, social and political organization, etc. Sharing with Vietnamese Reporter, the president of GNH Studies said that the conference is held every 2 years and everyone can register on social networks in advance of 4 to 6 months to participate. This seminar, the organizing committee received more than 100 presentations, but due to limited time, only 80 presentations were selected for the speakers to present at the conference, including the following topics: mind-body practices in Vajrayana Buddhism, Vajrayana Buddhism in the West, Vajrayana values and ethics, Vajrayana in daily life, Buddhism and medicine, Vajrayana and modernity, Buddhism in the digital age, evolving Buddhist tradition, mindfulness and well-being. After the opening remarks by the honorable organizers and guest delegates, the reincarnated Tulku His Eminence Kalu Rinpoche was the first speaker to present at the first panel, the topic, Mind-Body Practices in Vajrayana Buddhism. At the conference, the delegates also had a chance to visit an exhibition of Vajrayana Buddhist calligraphy through images of Vajrayana Buddhism reenacted by famous calligraphers Jamyang Dorji from Sikkim. In addition to the 4-day seminar sessions, the delegates were able to participate in the practice of Niguma Yoga teaching and demonstration led by the reincarnated Tulku His Eminence Kalu Rinpoche on the evenings of October 1st and 2nd. Along with the popular Russian film show about Hambo Lama Itigelov, Death Does Not Exist, the indestructible body after 75 years underground on the evening of October 3rd. Earlier on the evening of September 30th, the organizing committee held a welcome dinner for delegates with a special art performance program and welcome speeches from the organizing committee. Especially on the second day of the conference, the King of Bhutan, Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuk, came to congratulate the conference and directly greeted each attendee. The Venerable Dr. General Secretary of the International Buddhist Confederation also affirmed that this is a great forum, creating an opportunity for scholars from different countries to gather together to share experiences. Finally, Khenpo Ugyen Namgyel from Central Monastic Body of Bhutan extended his thanks to the International Buddhist Confederation India, the Central for Bhutan and GNH Studies, along with delegates, scholars, and ascetic practitioners who attended the event, and he appreciated the presence of Vietnamese media who spread the event on social networks to help spread and propagate the Dharma so that the Buddha Dharma forever perpetuated. The Bhutanese traditional music and dance performance program officially closed the 4th International Conference on Vajrayana Buddhism in Thimphu, capital of Bhutan.
Venerable monks and nuns, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, the last news has signed off this weekly newsreel. Thank you for your attention and following. Goodbye and see you in the next program on PSO TV channel. Namo Sakya Muni Buddha.